Cars, they're everywhere. For Americans, it's like a status symbol. It shows what kind of a person you are. So it's no wonder that people want to have a nice car. They want to show it off and make people have a good impression about them. So one way to get that nice car is to restore one, and we're going to show you how. When looking for a car to restore, always keep your budget in mind. Think to yourself, how much do I really want to spend on this car? When looking for a cheap restoration job, you want to find a car that is solid and has little or no rust. We found a nice 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger here that we're going to show you how to do a restoration job on. It has little rust, barely any, and it is nice and solid, just like I said. It's a great idea to have your parts car with your restoration car. It not only lets you take your own parts at your own leisure, but when you're done doing your restoration, you can sell parts off of your parts car and make some money. Now, as you can see here, that the car doesn't have to be in too good a shape because we're only pulling off some parts, and it's a really good idea to have. Now that you have your car, you're going to need to get yourself a manual. This will explain every single thing on the car, how it works, from electrical to mechanical to rear ends to brakes, you name it. This will have everything in it. We have the nice original one for our 72 Dart here. It's nice and thick, has every single thing in it that you need to know to fix it. And one other thing is that you should not be without is a year one catalog. This will have everything in it brand new that you can order for your car reproduced. It's the original stuff, but it's brand new, even better. From exterior to mechanical, whatever, it has it in here. These two things you need when you do restoration. A restoration job usually falls into three categories. Those categories are mechanical, interior, and exterior. Mechanical is being the most important with how you enjoy your car, the way you want it. If you want it to be just a regular grocery getter, you could just get a plain old engine, or if you want to be a racer, then you get some hot rod engine in here. This instance, we just have a little slant 6, it's just all original, but it looks good. That's where the interior exterior comes in. That is the cosmetic part of the car. That's the part that you probably would want to pay most attention at, because that's what everyone sees first when they look at your car. So there's interior, exterior, mechanical. Now let's face it, the mechanical part of your restoration is by far the most important. One, for your own safety, and two, for the dependability of your vehicle. Now, a fix of the mechanical part of your car can range from just a simple tune-up all the way to a major drivetrain overhaul. Now, auto parts store, for instance, like West Bay, can supply you with a rebuilt transmission or engine that can do the work themselves, or if you think you have the skill or time, you can do the work yourself. Now, don't get ahead of yourself on the drivetrain and engine, because you never want to overlook your brakes, because let's face it, your brakes are number one. If you have a huge engine and your brakes aren't adequate enough, you're just asking for trouble. Now, the interior part of the car takes a lot of thought. It can also be the most time consuming because there's so much little detail inside the car. For instance, you can take apart the dash and detail the gauges. You can paint all the little pieces of trim. You can do a whole lot in here. But all we had to do in this car, which is very important in a lot of cars, is put new carpet in it. And if you don't have seats that are as nice as these are, then it's a good idea to fix those holes in them before they get any bigger, because they will. Now, if your car has rust, you're going to have to fix all those patches before you get the bodywork done. We were really lucky to find this car, which virtually has no rust. Now, in Washington, I know it's kind of hard to believe, but we found it. And if you do have rust, it's going to take a long time to make sure you go through the entire car, especially the floorboards, patch all those holes, clean it up real good, and then you can have your bodywork done. Now that you have your restoration all done, you want to maintain your car to keep it dependable and keep it looking nice. So when you lean against it, you can look good like this. The way to keep it nice like that is to maintain it. You're going to need to keep the mechanical up by checking fluids, changing oil, fixing problems before they get any worse. And for body work and interior, you're going to need to clean the inside of the car regularly, wash the windows, wash the outside of the car regularly, wax it, just keep it nice and clean. And one very important thing that you need to do is when you park it, keep it under cover. This will keep it rust-free for many years. Checking fluids and washing it, keeping it clean is the best kind of insurance you can have for your car to prevent future problems. Wow, this is a nice car. Remember, car restoration is a very time-consuming process, but with a little patience, you too can have the car of your dreams.